Hi, my name is Carrie Taminia, and welcome to this episode of Tapping into Love. I am an EFT expert and love and dating coach, and I am here to tap with you this week on generalizing the dating pool. It is so easy based on our past experiences to fall into the trap of beliefs and statements like all men are the same. All men are cheaters, all men are pigs, all men are liars, etc., etc., etc. And I want to suggest to you today that you can shift that belief, shift that vibration, and start to attract a different type and a different caliber of partner into your life. Taking full responsibility for yourself and your own well-being, as always, you can begin by tapping gently on the side of your hand with 1 or 2 fingers, repeating after me out loud if possible. Even though it really does feel like all men are the same. Right here and right now, I'm still okay. And I truly and deeply love and accept myself anyway. Even though my story proves it, all men are the same. Right here and right now, I'm still okay. And I truly and deeply love and accept myself anyway. Even though you can tell me it isn't true, and that's fine, but my story proves it. I keep dating the same guy over and over and over. All men are definitely the same. Moving to your eyebrow point, all men are the same. My experience tells me that all men are the same. All men are the same. They're all cheaters. They're all liars. They're all pigs. All men are the same. There are no good men left. I really believe this. There is part of me that really believes this. There aren't any good men left. Sure, they exist somewhere. But all the men I'm running into are really the same. All men are the same. There aren't any good men left. I can't find any of them. There aren't any good men left. And you can tell me it isn't true all you want. But my experience tells me that all men are the same. They are. I believe it. All men are the same. Deep down, all men have the same shortcomings. Deep down, all men are wired the same. And they all act the same at the end of the day. No matter how nice of a presentation they put on, no matter how good they look from a distance, all men are the same. And part of me really believes that there aren't any good men left. There are no good men left. They're all cheaters. They're all liars. They're all terrible at communication. They're all going to leave. I can only depend on myself. And all men are the same. My experience has taught me that all men are the same. There aren't any good men left. Moving to the side of your hand one more time. Even though I've learned that all men are the same, right here and right now, I'm still okay. And I truly and deeply love and accept myself anyway. Even though I have definitely learned that all men are the same. And I have a long list of experience to prove it. Right here and right now, I'm still okay. And I truly and deeply love and accept myself anyway. Even though it's hard to believe that there are any good men left. And I keep attracting the same issues and the same guys over and over and over again. Right here and right now, I'm still okay. And I truly and deeply love and accept myself anyway. On your eyebrow point, it's really hard to believe that there are any good men left. I want to believe that there are. But every time I meet someone else, they seem to have the same issues. Over and over and over. All men feel the same. I don't know how to believe anything different, because I haven't experienced anything different. And part of me is so hurt and so disappointed and so angry and so afraid of being hurt again that it's a whole lot easier to generalize everybody. So I'm always prepared for the next cheater, the next liar, the next guy who can't communicate, the next guy who's just going to leave anyway. It's better to be prepared than to be surprised. I'd rather generalize everyone and at least know what's coming. Because as much as I hate it, there's a part of me somewhere that would rather be prepared for the bad thing than unprepared for something else. My subconscious mind is working really hard to keep me safe. My subconscious mind is working really hard to keep me safe. I'd rather be prepared for the bad thing I know than unprepared for something that I'm not even aware of. That feels much more dangerous. And so it's much easier for my subconscious mind to generalize everybody than to take the chance at being hurt by something I'm not prepared for. If I didn't prepare myself for the next guy, for the next disappointment, then I'd have to be vulnerable and let my guard down. I might get hurt even worse. What if I'm hurt even worse than just being disappointed? And so, that part of me clings to the belief that all men are the same, and there aren't any good men left. Because if I expect him to be a good guy, and I really believe it's possible, and then he turns out not to be a great guy, it's going to hurt even worse than if I'm prepared on some level to be disappointed. I'd rather know what to expect. That feels safer. It feels safer to know what to expect. Back on the side of your hand. Even though it feels safer to know what to expect from men. And it's easier to generalize all of them. Right here and right now, I'm still okay. And I truly and deeply love and accept all parts of me anyway. Even though it's a whole lot easier to generalize men than to accept my own role in the types of men I'm attracting. Right here and right now, I'm still okay. And I truly and deeply love and accept myself anyway. Even though it's easier to say that there are no good men left, because then at least I won't be taken off guard. And it's easier to generalize them, to accept my own role in who I'm attracting. Right here and right now, I'm still okay. And I choose to remember that I can change the way that I show up, the types of people I attract, and what I expect, anytime that I'm ready. Back on your eyebrow point. I know that part of me thinks it's safer. It's safer to be disappointed by what I'm expecting than what I'm not expecting. Part of me believes that it's safer to be hurt in a way that I'm prepared for than to let my guard down and be really vulnerable and really get my hopes up. It's easier to protect myself if I generalize everyone. If I expect them all to disappoint me or hurt me or leave. But maybe it's possible that instead of generalizing all of the people in the world, I could choose to acknowledge that these are just the types of men I've been attracting. Maybe it's possible that all men aren't the same. In fact, part of me knows that all men aren't the same. I already know that all men are not the same. but I've been attracting the same man with the same issues over and over. And maybe part of that is because the devil you know is a whole lot better than the devil you don't. Maybe I've been attracting the same kind of man. Maybe it isn't that all men are the same. Maybe I've just been attracting the same. And maybe all of those men who felt the same have something specific to teach me. Maybe all of those men are showing me something about myself. Maybe all of those men are here to teach me something. And maybe it's possible that at any moment I choose, I can change my vibration. I can change the way that I show up. And I can change the type of men I'm attracting. What if I'm no longer available for all of the men who are the same? What if I'm no longer available for all the men who feel the same? I choose to learn whatever lesson they're teaching me in new and creative ways. And I choose in this moment to attract the good men, because I know on some level that those men exist. I just haven't been attracting them. I haven't found them yet. I choose to be pleasantly surprised. I choose to be pleasantly surprised by the type of man I can attract. They may not all be right for me. They may not all be the perfect relationship, but I choose something different. Because all those men who were the same, that was then, and this is now. And now I choose something different. I'm ready to attract something different. I don't need all the men that were the same anymore. They've served their purpose. And I choose to believe that I can be pleasantly surprised by the type of person I can attract. I choose to believe I can be pleasantly surprised in my very next encounter. I choose to believe that all men are not the same, and that among all of the men in the world, there are some very good ones intended for me. And I choose to be pleasantly surprised in my very next encounter. Because that was then, and this is now, and I'm different now. I choose something different now. I choose to be pleasantly surprised in my very next interaction. Okay, taking a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and then moving now to press or tap on your gamut point, which is the point between the knuckle of your pinky and the knuckle of your ring finger. There are parts of me that have been healed by this. And there are parts of me that have not yet been healed. The parts of me that have not yet are willing to learn from the parts that have. My mind, body, spirit, and energy system are accepting that information now. New neural pathways. The information transfer is complete. I'm grateful. Thank you. Together, divine. One more deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And remember that post-tapping is a great time to journal or jot down any thoughts, feelings, emotions, or memories that may have come up while you were tapping. Feel free to repeat this tapping or any others as many times as you need to. And if you need further help or further support, I am always available for private coaching and one-on-one sessions. Thank you so much for joining me, and go out there and attract better love.